Isn't it wonderful now that you do not need any external validation? In fact, you find yourself not even wanting it that much. And when it happens, but you don't go chasing it. There's no forcing. You might allow it, but it doesn't ultimately shape who you are, because now you are in the fortunate position of giving yourself all the validation you could ever want, plus more. That's right. Every day you just keep giving yourself more and more validation. You show yourself how much you really, really matter to yourself, and then others just assume it. You have so much value and you know that, and that's why you validate yourself and approve of every little thing that you do. Even the mistakes you make, you approve of yourself. You approve of the way you handle them. You validate your reactions and your responses, and you know that you're always doing the right thing. You're confident that you are a good person and that you have great values and you live by those values, so you don't ever have to worry about proving yourself. In fact, proving yourself is something of the past. It's something you used to do. You no longer have to prove yourself to anyone. And I mean, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone at all. You don't even have to prove yourself to yourself anymore. And isn't that relieving? So just take a moment now to imagine what your life would be like without having to prove yourself to anyone. How would you live your life if you didn't have to prove yourself? Doesn't it feel absolutely freeing, absolutely amazing, absolutely light and joyous? Because now you can just live your life. You can do the things you want to do, knowing they bring you joy, satisfaction, knowing you can do them centered, present, and in your bliss. You don't have to be better than anyone else. You don't have to be the best in the world, but if that happens automatically and naturally, then so be it. Because it no longer matters to you to get everyone else's approval or even anyone's approval, not even your own approval, because you are doing things because you enjoy it. And watch how your entire world, your entire life changes when you are doing things because you want to, not because you have to prove yourself, not because you're trying to get someone's approval. And the best thing about this is the more that you stop seeking others' approval, the more that you will automatically approve of yourself. It's not something you even have to try it anymore, because you're taking the brakes off of your own approval. You're comfortable with yourself. You love yourself. You're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying who you are in any given moment, no matter what that looks like. You're enjoying yourself when you sit on the couch. You're enjoying yourself when you're at work. You're enjoying yourself when you're doing your favorite hobbies, because you're not out there seeking external approval anymore. You are comfortable in yourself. You are comfortable with who you're being, and that brings you joy. And what you notice when you cease to seek other people's validation and approval is that everything becomes more enjoyable, because you are present. You are finally living for yourself. And knowing that you are living for yourself sets off a chain reaction of even more joy, more happiness, and more satisfaction. And now you know what you do? You opt for peace and you stop trying to go above and beyond to prove yourself. What for? You see now that that has not been a good investment of your energy, and you are proud now that you can mentally detach. You can energetically detach, because you're not trying to gain someone's approval. And if you notice, trying to get that approval is like a dangling carrot. It's never enough. It's a drug that you cannot get enough of. And once you learn, or once you decide to cut out the middleman of getting another's approval and just going directly to the source, which is within you, and you give yourself all the approval you could ever want, you give yourself all the validation you could ever want. You don't have to earn it from yourself. You don't have to prove to yourself that you are worthy of it. You just make a decision right now, right in this very moment as you're listening to this, that you are going to give yourself as much approval and validation as you want, and then some more. And you know what the measurement is of how much validation and approval to give yourself? It's how much you want. It's not how much you deserve. It's not how much you should get because you've worked hard today. It's not how much you think you should get because you've been a good person today. No, it's just because it's the amount that you want. That's the only deciding factor. That's the only thing that will inform you of how much validation and approval you choose to give yourself right now, right here. Don't wait. Don't listen to me and think, okay, yeah, that's something I'll do tonight when I'm lying in bed. No. Do it now. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Give yourself the validation and approval that you have been seeking from others right this second. And if you forget to do that later, so what? Just decide to do it again and give yourself that validation and approval again. Validate and approve of yourself for forgetting to validate and approve of yourself. There is no one in this world, not one thing, not one person that can give you the quality and richness of validation and approval as what you can give yourself. Have you noticed how it's just the right amount, how it's just the right quality, how it comes in the exact way that you want? We are all built with this inner mechanism to give ourselves exactly what we want. So continue to give yourself the validation, the approval, the love that you have been seeking, and know now that you no longer need it from anywhere else. And look, it might come from other places. That's okay. That's wonderful. Celebrate that, knowing that you don't need it from another. You're not reliant on it. You are not hooked into it, because you can give as much as you want and need to yourself, and you continue to do so because you're actually really good at this. It's a natural process. It's an inherent process. You are so good at this. You know exactly what to do, and you have chosen to do it.